Hello and welcome to That Peter Crouch podcast. Notorious SID and Chris start with me. Regards to your families. Oh, you know what I need to get into straight away?
Yeah.
Also, is when you talk about the production team here, is Ross's antics. Yes. So obviously we know Ross is an Evertonian. And obviously we're recording this the day after, so it would be out Friday. But last night, Everton managed to get a draw against Liverpool. And I believe Ross was having a few beverages, and he's firmly in the Doghouse. And obviously it's Valentine's Day when this podcast goes out, and he's slightly concerned about it. He got in at 3:30 a.m. And he was due to get home, I think, straight after the game. And obviously Tarkowski, he's been Tarkowski'd. As I'm sure a few Evertonians have from last night.
Wow.
So.
Is that why you're wearing a shirt? Yeah.
What was the defining moment that you was like, fuck it, I'm out?
Kick off.
Do you know, I don't know if we should flag it, but the strange thing about Ross's setup as well is, have you seen the stains on the trousers? Which always looks suspicious. It doesn't, it's rarely jizz.
Yeah. It's
But it
rarely
does-
jizz.
I can guarantee it wasn't just after last night.
But I did wonder when that second goal went in. For
But you know
Everton.
what? It's got me thinking about it, right? Obviously, but what I mean, what an unbelievable game. To be fair, we could maybe touch on the game first.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just a throwback to even when it kicked off at the end. And no one wants. I say no one wants scenes like that at the end.
Oh, we do.
But we do, right? And it makes a derby.
Yeah.
And I thought, obviously, what Decore did, you can understand why he did it, because he's, it's an aggressive derby. But then what Curtis Jones did, I thought was fantastic as well. You know what I mean? He's kind of like, how dare you do that to our fans? And that's what you want from a derby, I think.
And they all piled in as quick as anything. I totally agree. I loved that moment.
Don't we want to see that?
But also, is it the first time that we've seen Slot just lose his head? Like, I mean, what went on there?
What happens in a derby?
That is the emotion, isn't it?
Do you know what I noticed as well, what George brought to my attention this morning? We're all talking about the derby, obviously, was when Slot was talking about the push and going mad, if you look just behind him, Pickford's doing a knee slide. So he's going mad about the push like that, and obviously the camera's on him, but if you look, it's like a third eye at the top of him. If you look in the background, there's one of the best knee slides I've ever seen from Jordan Pickford. Brilliant. I mean, the scenes were outrageous. And
It's a throwback, wasn't it, to... I mean, they're always spicy. They're 9 times out of 10, they're always entertaining. The Merseyside Derby. Yeah. But it was a proper throwback. Like, it had everything. When Tarkowski scored, the scenes with all the Evertonians in the corner flag, just coming on the pitch, the stewards trying to get involved. In the end, they was like, go on, have it, go on, get your cuddle in there and just get yourself off that. Go on.
Honestly, and obviously I'm mates with a few Evertonians as well, and honestly, they reignited a WhatsApp group that was been dormant for, I reckon, best part of a year, right? I forgot I even had it. Anyways, couple of blues on there, reignited it from nowhere with a couple of emojis, all kicking off, and I was like, you've reignited a WhatsApp group for a draw.
But that's the point. There's so much to talk about with this game. I mean, is it one of the greatest draws ever celebrated? Isn't it great just to see a draw getting that reaction?
But you know what? I think it was just the emotion of it being the last Merseyside derby. I mean, listen, I played. I think I was lucky enough to play at Goodison, in the derby, and it was special. It's a special game, and it'll be missed.
The sound was just brilliant.
Yeah.
They at the end of the game, or when the goal, the equaliser went in, they could have just stopped the commentary. They'd have to, like sometimes before Anfield, they just let it go.
Play, yeah.
They could have done that then, because it sounded like the stadium was just bouncing. You feel like, wow, you could have been there for that one game.
Yeah, and obviously, I'm obviously want Liverpool to win that, and it was disappointing, that Tarkowski scored it. My point of view,
they didn't lose it.
I just thought as a spectacle, I think you got to applaud it. It's what I just think that's what kind of like we miss a bit now in football.
Yeah. What was that stat? Was it 41, 42 games?
41 each.
41 games won by Liverpool. 41 games won by Everton.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then that draw stand. I mean, it's amazing, really.
Unbelievable. But, it got me thinking about Ross. Obviously, he's just celebrated that, gone out, gone nuts, right? And then he's worried about Valentine's Day. I said, actually, I think it's the perfect scenario. You're in the doghouse, and now you can only, like, Valentine's is, I think if you make it special enough, you're going to be out of the doghouse really quickly. Whereas it could have gone the 3 days, but now she has to,
What's the plans, though? have you got plans? Have you got plans?
No, but you don't have to at this stage. I've actually had a similar argument before where I sorted a Valentine's card on the day of Valentine's Day. And for me, that was like doing a transfer on the day of the window. It doesn't stop it being a transfer because it's deadline day.
Oh, what? So because you didn't open it in the morning?
Yeah, I said, you will have a Valentine's card on Valentine's Day.
Oh, right, yeah.
It will be here before the 11 p.m.
Yeah, because it wasn't the morning, you were in a bit.
I didn't have one first thing in the morning, but my thing was, don't worry. The great thing about Valentine's Day is it's not just Valentine's morning, or there will be a Valentine's card at some point today.
Do you know what I didn't realise as well? Like, I've said to me, and I'll be honest with you, the romantic that I am, I've organised flowers. I have done that already. But what I didn't realise was, Ab said to me, have you got them for the girls as well? What? Pardon?
Yeah. I got into that early. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know that was a thing. One daughter, I know, yeah.
I love my daughter, loads.
Yeah, but
possibly more than my wife.
So what's she sorted?
but I just didn't know it was a thing.
No, but that's an interesting one, Keith. So does Abby then buy something for the lads?
Well, that's exactly right.
Or it should be like that, shouldn't it?
Exactly right.
Yeah. I actually think buying flowers as advanced as you is less romantic than getting them on the day. Do you not think?
Why is that?
Because all you've done is you've fired out a message to someone to sort it, right? Let's be honest.
How do you know that?
I know you.
How do you know that?
I think I know the name of the person.
Magic Florist.
But I think if you go out and you're forced to get something last minute on the day, you've got to put in more effort. It's almost like an apprentice challenge, isn't it?
Oh, it's a scramble, isn't it?
It's a mad scramble. The best part for Valentine's night is going to a shop on a Thursday evening and seeing all the blokes around the flower section. Yeah. And they're all picking them up, trying to work out what constitutes good flowers about all the dead stems that are there at that particular time.
Thursday evening, so like 14th evening, start buying flowers you're talking about? Or you're talking about the day before?
No, sorry, the day before.
The day before.
Yeah, so
I was thinking lads out on the 14th evening buying flowers.
I reckon it will happen.
I've had a few bad ones. In general, like just either Valentine's or a birthday. It's like my wife ended up having like the card from the garage, petrol garage. One of them,
Oh yeah, and they know as well.
She knew straight away. One of them didn't go down well.
Really?
It really didn't. And
it was a lesson learned. Moonpig for me.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one.
Moonpig is the best at making it look like you've made an effort, but you haven't.
Yeah, because you literally just everything's on your phone, isn't it? You bang out a picture. Yeah. You bang out a quote. You can do voice notes now. You know.
Yeah, like a quote. What do you mean bang out a quote? Like it's a post-match. You're too media trained.
The press release.
Again, on the phone to whoever's sorting this for you. Yeah, just upload a pic. I'll send the picture, and here's my quote.
No, listen, you're making me out to be. I'm an old romantic, you know. Of course, but you can. What I'm saying is they make it easy for you.
Yeah.
I wrote a poem for my missus at Christmas because she said I didn't make enough effort. So I wrote a poem.
Do you remember it or not?
Oh, don't, mate.
Yeah, I've done a few poems in my career.
If I think the gift is shaky, you have to do a poem in the card.
Yeah, I think if you're in the doghouse, it's a poem.
I'd do anything. I'd do anything to hear your poems. I would pay.
I bet they're very articulate.
So much money.
I reckon they're very good. They're all right. I've got some good ones. I've done some good ones over the years.
I'll do anything, mate.
I've got. She keeps everything. I reckon I can bring a few in.
Oh my god! If you do, I'll rate you so much. If you bring in one poem,
I will.
Let's see if you've got one. Bring it. Let's frame it and stick it on the wall.
Down, lads. I'll bring. Can you remind me to bring in some of my poems?
This is great because then every one of you listening, when you're in the doghouse, because I think a lot of people think this with you, Peter. If Pete can do it and get away with it, so can I.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you're an inspirational fella. So I think if you read your poem and then everyone can note it down, and then if you're ever in the doghouse,
If you're ever in
release
the
the
doghouse,
poem.
release the poem.
We could release it as a card for next
that's true,
Valentine.
actually. Well, let's speak to Moonpig and just get it on the cover, just put underneath, like, you know, the quote by me.
Yeah. Let's see if Moonpig are up for doing the Crouchy podcast
Collaboration.
Yeah.
for when you're in the doghouse. Because is that a category that exists?
Yeah, that's
it should be doghouse.
Like, exactly. Yeah, we'll go down.
Birthdays,
We'll go down.
then
Doghouse. Doghouse. Birthdays, anniversary, Christmas, doghouse.
Right. maybe spin off Moonpig and we set up our own doghouse.com and you can select a card.
Doghouse.com.
Right, quickly buy doghouse.com.
Okay, go on, get the domain name, doghouse.com. And we'll set it up. We'll have that set up now next week.
Superb.
All right, the FA Cup was interesting.
So I spent a lot of my weekend in, just gone, and it was almost the perfect FA Cup weekend because there's obviously so much football on it and it goes late into the evening as well. And I thought it was the perfect round. Just very quickly, the 5th round draw. It's the 5th round draw that's just happened, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to say it. I think it's one of the worst draws in history.
I actually saw Paddy Power tweeted it, didn't they? Yeah, worst FA Cup draw of all time.
Yeah, I mean, it started off it being on the One Show. I mean,
What was on the One Show?
The draw.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed
It didn't
the
even,
actual
like,
draw.
I raced in and I was like, oh, the draw's on. I'm trying to flick through to see where it'd be. I know it can only either be on ITV or
the draw was
BBC.
on. I'm not across.
Yeah, mate.
The draw was on the One Show.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it up for grabs? Are we allowed to do the draw on this podcast? Like, it feels to me that if that's how things are going,
if there's an adjudicator.
it was done.
It was, wasn't it?
Was
Who
done
did
on
it?
One show.
Alex Scott, Theo
Walcott did it.
they done the draw.
I don't know why I was thinking of Theo Paphitis then. Alex Scott, Theo Paphitis. If he's on the One Show, you don't know. It could have been.
Yeah, no, they
He
done
had
it.
Millwall
But
once, didn't he?
But it kind of feels if it's on the One Show, you get someone. There's a lot of the same characters that go on the One Show, isn't there? Matt Allwright or someone like that doing the FA Cup 5th round draw.
yeah,
Dominic Littlewood.
I agree though. It was a bad draw, but I think it just stemmed from it being on the One Show.
I don't think you can blame Theo Walcott or the One Show for that, can you?
No, I'm not blaming them. Well, I mean, you can blame them because they picked the balls out. So
It's true. Do you feel accountable when you do one of these draws?
100%, yeah. I've done it before.
how was you nervous?
Very
I know
nervous,
you said you'd done the whole thing there, but was it actually a thing of actually going? Do you have to look at the ball and make sure it's up?
Yeah, it's
the right way.
Because they say you messed this up. Like, it's a big problem.
Your 6 and 9s are the biggest problem there.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
I drew out Man United, Liverpool, as well. The big draw.
This is what I mean. When you look at the teams that were in there, and I just think Plymouth, what they'd done, we should give an honourable mention to some of the games that went on. But drawn to Man City at the Etihad, you just think, it would have been nice to see them get someone else,
Get a big
somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, financially that still works for them, doesn't it? Because they must get half the gate. Is it? I think it's half
Something
tickets
like
or
that,
so. So I think financially it would be good.
I
But
think VAR comes in at this point as well.
Why,
It does.
It's a strange one that it wasn't in earlier. But yeah, and it worked really well for you, Chris, didn't it, this week? You are back. The cat is amongst the pigeonniers.
That's a new one, isn't it?
Pigeonniers.
Have you noticed more and more, Pete says something and then someone makes a little picture, whacks it up on social now as like, it's a deep quote.
That brings me to my next point, because the dog, you should never look down in a dog fight because your neck gets bitten. That was a quote that I said, and I am paying for it now because I am not even top anymore. Sid's has gone into 40 points. I'm 39. You've had a 4-pointer with no reply to me, and 37 points. You are back in the mix.
you stole 3 points off me on the weekend. That last goal for Spurs.
Villa Spurs.
was so good,
that was
mate.
a killer.
Consolation as well.
That was a real bad blow
The
for
amount
me.
of messages I got in that moment.
Really.
But yeah, like people are invested in this league in quite a big way.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
But I needed that. The thing is, I was so far behind. I'm still losing this league. But Pete, the big worry here is that you've gone proper
Wheels have come
stagnant.
off.
You've had no points, have you?
You're getting no points.
You know what? It's ever since I said that quote.
Yeah.
You know, don't
That was
look down.
locked down, was it, lads? That was pinned. That was dated. Yeah.
The date's down. Yeah, we've got a clip of it. That was the moment. That's the moment.
Well, it's tight now, isn't it?
Yeah. It was nerve-wracking. Obviously, the 3-pointer was the Villa Spurs game. You got another point with Everton as well. Bournemouth, Chris, all done. Yes, looking at it now, right? Liverpool and Chelsea have gone out.
Yep.
So, what are you looking at? The City, Forest, Newcastle, United, Villa.
Well, if you actually look at it, Prem teams, Forest or Ipswich would be knocked out. You've got Newcastle, Brighton would be knocked out. Bournemouth or Wolves would be knocked out.
United, Fulham.
Yeah. So there's half straight away.
Yeah, man,
this could be one that anyone...
Wigan.
Anyone.
Wigan, yeah.
Could be, yeah. I mean, if you actually look at it, if you're a Newcastle fan who are in the final already against Liverpool, they've got a great chance of winning it, considering the form they're on. Forest have got a good chance.
Yeah.
Bournemouth have got a great chance.
Yeah.
Like any one of these teams, really, to even get to a final. You look at even like Millwall, Crystal Palace, Cardiff, Burnley, any of these, Preston. I've done Preston the other night. They were brilliant against Norwich.
Really?
Yeah.
In a strange kind of way, I would love to see Newcastle win the FA Cup this year.
I think Newcastle and Villa, Bournemouth, like they're all
Villa,
Forest as well. Like they're all having really good seasons, and like they're all like because Villa and Newcastle you would consider like massive clubs. Forest as well, massive clubs that haven't won anything for a long time.
Yeah.
Do you think if Plymouth beat City, given that they've beaten Liverpool, they should just get a gimme to the final? I mean, that's a hell of a journey.
Yeah, that's true. To be fair, yeah.
Hell of a journey.
Unbelievable scenes. Palace Millwall, bit tasty though, isn't it?
That is tasty.
Obviously, you're from that way.
Yeah,
Sids.
yeah.
What's the history? Is there a bit of history there or not?
Yeah. Yep, South London, isn't it? That's massive. That is.
Yeah, lively
that's
one.
big. Yeah, especially at Sellers Park as well. That will be that could be an early kickoff. That
I think that Preston
That could be
Burnley
an early
one's
kick-off.
similar though. It's a kind of, that their big rivalry there, of course.
Yeah, go on. Let's have a little look. Just put your deck on the line now. If you had to pick a winner,
Man City got your favourites, haven't they?
yeah,
But they're
Mate, I'm going to say Newcastle
Yeah.
at this
you
point.
like Newcastle.
That's where I was going.
All right, I was going to go for Fulham. No, sorry, Villa. That's what I was looking at.
Villa.
Yeah,
All right.
keep an eye on that one.
Interesting.
Yeah,
All right, should we move on to the games this week, lads?
let's go.
Right, this next part of the podcast is supported by Paddy Power. It's Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United. Interesting one, this one. Spurs are favourites, 13-10.
That's mad.
United 14-5. Not a lot between it, really, but I don't know where you see this. Chris is scrambling on his phone at the moment, trying to get
That is
results.
mad. Spurs are favourites to beat Manchester United. Like when could you have said that in the past? And considering where Spurs are at the minute. Do you know what? Fair play to Ange Postecoglou the other day when he come out and he was like, give us a break. Look where we have been the last 2 months. Like I'm playing 17, 18-year-olds. I'm playing them out of position. I'm asking them to play Saturday, Thursday, like Europe Cups. I thought, do you know what? If you're in a dressing room and you look at that going, like he's taking the heat off us a little bit there.
Yeah, I think that was I think he came across really well doing that.
So, yeah.
So definitely in that dressing room, you're like, fucking hell, like he's willing to, he's sticking up for us as a team.
Because he has been a bit edgy lately, isn't he?
Yeah, very.
And like deserve you right because they have been so hit and miss and poor.
Very poor.
But Man U
He's
as
not
well.
exactly
They're
laughing
not
it
great.
off, Sids, is he? That's the thing. I still find it's the same interview at the moment. It's the same, unless it's always the same clip from the interview that's doing the rounds because they're all trying to make him nibble. I would like to see him a bit happy again and funny.
Yeah, like we said, I think on this podcast, like what a big week it was. They got done by Liverpool.
Yeah.
Like pumped.
Yeah.
Really, it was easy for them. And then they got knocked out by Villa. So that's 2 of the cups gone.
Yeah.
And, before that, obviously, we were saying that we were in everything. I enjoyed the interview, but the performances haven't been good at all.
No, have been poor. Really poor.
Which, there is a hell of a lot of injuries, but that's what makes this really difficult. Manchester United, obviously, the game on Friday night, they scraped past Leicester, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was offside,
Yeah.
Maguire.
Yeah. And they're not put up any trees, are they? They're not. This could be one of the worst Spurs v Man United games in history. Because they've been some crackers in the past, isn't there?
Sids was not entertained. Not entertained.
No,
It's
I'm
Super
just saying
Sunday.
it.
When is this game?
I'm just
game on
saying it.
paper.
From like normally these games they're brilliant, they're end to end, but
Do you know what,
this
though?
could be-
I think this game will be just as entertaining as the rest of them. Just a distinct lack of quality compared to the rest of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you think about the Spurs and the Man United teams of old, this is a high octane, fantastic football match full of skill and ability. At the moment, they're 2 sides devoid of confidence, struggling big time. But I still think it'll be a really entertaining game because they will expect both teams to win this.
So you're going for one of them to win?
I don't know which one yet, though. Chris is scrambling.
Chris, what you found, mate?
I'm just like,
Is it a mixed bag?
I've never had as many DMs as this.
Really?
I think the people are sniffing blood in the water.
Oh, on me.
Yeah.
They really want to help you out.
I think it's unprecedented, the amount of, this has only been up like 5 minutes or so, and look, there's
What a
just
load of
hundreds.
Carls.
Whoa.
Carl's everywhere.
Show me, read some of them names out.
Yeah, should we give some shout? We didn't do that on the last one. Carl won. We've got Dom Deck, Matt Bailey, Richard North. I like people's full names. It's a bit like, when you talk about people who used to go to your school, it's always full names,
full
isn't
name.
it? Ash Hill, Alex Round, good name.
Nice.
Kieran Shower Davis. Stephen Cook, Mark Kelly, Maxwell Hearn, Morgan Eames. Let's do a couple more. Andrew Tobbott, Ninny McGuinness, best name.
Ninny McGuinness.
Ninny McGuinness. Should we see what he's saying?
I reckon you got to go with Ninny McGuinness.
I can't.
Right now.
He's gone week of Desmond's.
Oh, really?
2-2s all round. I think he's gone.
That's a good shout.
He's gone a
to be
bit.
fair, this game.
Do you reckon? A lot of people. Here's the thing, right, lads. A lot of people are saying 2-2. A lot of people are saying United 2, Spurs 1, and a lot of people are saying the opposite of that. It's just so hard. Do you say Spurs are favourites?
They are favourites, with Paddy Power.
Jason Minihane here, I've probably pronounced it wrong, says, regards to your families, Spurs 2, Man United 2. Andy Austin here, Spurs 1, United 1.
Where do you see it, Sids?
Do you know what? I can actually see a mixed bag here. I could see Spurs winning this. I could see Man U winning this,
It's
and I
anyone.
could see a draw.
Yeah,
and I could see it being a higher scoring
exactly.
draw.
Any-
I really
anything's a
think
different one.
it could be anything, and I hope we all go different. I really do.
A repeat of last meeting, 4-3 it was. Spurs win 50-1, that is.
This lad's
50-1.
This lad's DM'd. Alex Gordon says, I wish I had a funnier name so you would read mine out on the pod.
What's his name?
Alex Gordon.
There you go. He's got a shout out for having a really average. We've shouted out an average name.
Says, regards to your family, Spurs 2, United 1.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Who's
do we go
doing that?
first?
Yeah, well,
Everyone's going to do a different one.
we're all
here.
just
I'll go first.
I think we've all got to go one or the other, and let's go for it.
I looked at this, and then this was my gut, and I'm going to go for an away win.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for Man U 2,
Yeah.
Spurs 1.
Yeah, you see, I was thinking it. Yeah.
That's where I was in. But it could be.
I think it's that.
It could be anything. It could be 3-1. But I'm going to go for 2. 2-1 Man U for me. Ding ding.
Okay.
I'll happily take 2-1 the other way, but do you want that, Crouchy?
No, not necessarily. If you are you happy to go for Spurs or the draw?
It could be 3 draws this week.
It could be.
I mean, I do say that every week.
Spurs. 2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 2-2 Spurs.
Oh, my God, that's massive.
Or fucking
Wow.
squeaky
We
bum
could
time.
literally, anyone could have won this.
This, well, one of us will. Right, we got Paddy's Boost. We all pick a leg of the pod bet builder.
Yep.
The odds on that will be boosted by 20% and put on the special section of the website and app.
Yes.
On Paddy Power. I'm going to go for a player to be carded, Manuel Ugarte. He's had 9 yellows this season. So
Okay, I will go for a player to be fouled 1 or more times. I'm going to go with James Maddison. Stays on the ball, every chance.
Okay, what does that leave me then? Player to score or assist? Shall we go Amad Diallo? 6 goals and 6 assists so far this season.
He's been on fire.
Yeah,
There you go.
should we do that
Lovely.
then?
Okay, odds are correct at time of recording. Please gamble responsibly. Okay, moving on to Palace versus Everton. Interesting one, this.
Yeah, Palace, their record actually of late has been very good. Very good. They had a loss against Brentford, which actually backed Brentford in that game 2-1. But other than that, they're on a good run of form.
Do you know Palace
few
have only
draws.
won 1 of their last 20 Premier League games against Everton?
That's mad.
That's a mad one.
There.
It was a few years back at Selhurst Park, but still, that's mad.
Does that make them a bogey team? I find that kind of
Potentially,
phrase
yeah.
comes in. Is there anything in that, being a bogey team? Just one of those weird fixtures that you had where it's like, couldn't really explain the reason, but you always lost to them.
Yeah, and also there's some games where I felt like I'd go into it and you just know you'd score goals, you know? Mad, isn't it?
I had that.
Yeah.
I had that against the same team as the bogey team. Watford.
Oh, but you'd score,
Watford
but
was
you'd
your
lose.
bogey team.
Watford was my bogey team. We draw all the time. Always a draw. Us and
But you'd always score.
I'd always score as well.
That's mad.
Mad, isn't it? Literally. I think
I had, mine was Arsenal. I felt like I'd always score.
Yeah.
And Blackburn.
Oh. What? Bogey team Blackburn?
No, I'd always score against them.
Blackburn.
Yeah. Bogey team, I don't know. I never really liked playing Palace.
Yeah.
I don't know what my record was like there, but I never enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I think bogey team normally suggests a team that you should beat, but for one reason or another, you just don't seem to get that result.
Yeah, well, you know, but since David Moyes has been back, it's been much
it's a
better.
different Everton now, isn't it? And especially after they've got to be on a high. They're going to be absolutely riding away.
You know what happens when you do have a high like that? You sometimes get a hangover.
Yeah, like Ross.
Like Ross. I mean, look at the state of him.
Very quickly, what's the story with the trout? What is the stain?
No one knows what we've got.
Mayonnaise.
Could be toothpaste.
That's his quote.
I don't fucking know.
We could put that on one of the cards, can't we?
In one of the cards.
It's not jizz. for our doghouse.com.
Doghouse.com. I love you so much. On the inside, on the front, I love you so much. On the inside, I swear it's not jizz.
Picture of Ross on the front. Honestly, I think we could sell loads of these.
Picture of Ross on the front. Right,
Well, he's the man of mystery. We can't have a picture of Ross on the front.
yeah.
You know what? I swear, Clintons are missing the trick here. I swear, like, come and find us. We'll set it up for you. No problem.
Are they still on?
I don't know. I believe so. I don't know. Does everyone go online for them now? I still pop into Clintons.
Yeah, still going to the
WH
shop.
Smiths or whatever.
Yeah. Everton are winless in their last 7 league away games in London. Look at that. Drawn 3, lost 4. So London is not good for them.
Back-to-back away wins, is it, for Everton, potentially?
Yeah, and wind in the sails, of course, because a massive result that.
Yeah, fantastic. Scoring goals now as well, Everton.
Okay.
I think this is a real tough one. I don't know where to go with this. Do you know where you're going to go?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I do.
Oh, gosh.
Oof. Is the population...
Yeah, the people.
Population.
The people that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
What are the population saying?
They're all kind of... Again, it's a very
clear?
mixed bag. No, it's not. It's actually not. Like, that was the aim of this whole thing. Putting it on Instagram was to kind of see what a population of people you sort of see the results that are most popular kind of come from it. It's not really happened that way. It's a real mix between them all, which has led me to what I'm going to go for in my prediction. And I'm going to calm the excitement down a little bit.
Oh, no, you've killed me here.
What
You're going to go for a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
Are you really?
Yeah.
That's what I had.
Really?
Okay, you go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah, you go for it. Yeah.
But it's all very respectful, isn't it?
People have spoken.
It's a respectful game.
We are now, aren't we? I know where I'm going. If you want me to,
you go first, yeah.
I think Everton could be still going on this. You know, I'm going to say 1-0 Everton.
Yeah, Joe. When I looked at all these 3 fixtures, I thought I was going to back 3 away wins.
Oh, really?
Man U, Everton, and the next one.
You're there to be shot at the moment, mate. You're top of the pile.
No, I'm just calmly going about my business. Anyone could overtake anyone at this time.
No, mate. He's not doing the same as me. I'm sure.
It's hard when you're on top, I think, not to get excited and sort of take risks and showboat a little bit and stride around like Kendrick Lamar.
We're getting closer to the forfeit, and I'm nervous. I really don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this. So, do you know what? I just can't see Palace winning, but I'm going to be different just to spice it up as well. So you've gone for an Everton away win?
Yes.
Would you say 1-0?
1-0.
Right, okay. I'm going to go for a Palace win. I want to say 2-1.
Oh, I love it. I love it. This, honestly.
2-1 Palace.
This is a great week.
So that's different.
Okay, moving on. Leicester versus Arsenal. Arsenal struggling at the moment, and they Havertz is out as well. Joining Martinelli, Jesus, Saka, White.
They were saying potentially for the rest of the season. I don't know if I read that correctly, but that's a big blow, that. Wow. Considering they didn't strengthen in the window when they was crying out for an attacker.
What's the deal with like retired players? Can they sign at any time? Like, obviously, I haven't got no allegiance to Arsenal at all, but if they need a hand, I'm available. They've been after a striker for ages. You know what I mean? I've been sitting here like literally the whole time.
They're after a current striker.
You can sign
I'm just saying, what's the deal? Like, can I sign a contract?
Yeah, I believe so. Fulham signed Willian, didn't they? And he was a free. He was a free transfer. You can sign frees. Yeah.
Like, I haven't been playing much recently, but
are you putting your hat in the ring here?
Well, I'm just saying. Listen, I am available. You know what I mean?
My God! Imagine
get me in. I could do a week's trial or something, couldn't I?
Would you go?
Obviously, I've got my allegiance to Spurs and stuff, and obviously, if I did fire Arsenal to the title, it'd piss off a few Liverpool fans, maybe. But
oh yeah, that wouldn't go down well, would it? That's not going to go down.
That's so true. You'd manage to destroy every club that you've.
Yeah. But what a comeback it'd be.
Where's the Doghouse card?
I'd have to buy a few Doghouse cards.
I think you'd struggle in Arteta dressing room as
Do you
well.
reckon?
I think you'd.
I think I'd
how would you not laugh?
Current dressing room. Full stop.
Yeah, I agree.
To be quite honest. All right.
I think we're all probably going to be edging on an Arsenal win here. It's just basically what score we're going to be going for. I've not the games that I've covered Leicester this season. I've not been overly impressed. I think it's been poor from them. And when Van Nistelrooy's gone in, they've not had no upturning performances, especially. So they rely heavily on Vardy still, who gives it 100%, but can't be carrying that team.
So Leicester have lost the last 4 Premier League games at home without scoring a goal. Yeah, there's only 3 teams to ever lose 5 home games in a row. That was Norwich, Birmingham and Sheffield Wednesday. And I'll be honest with you, 2 of them were in the 1920s. Not a great stat.
Home games without scoring for that many is...
That's hard for
That's a bad atmosphere. That's what
it's
I mean.
not nice for if the fans. Is
Yeah, I covered, was it Leicester at home actually against Fulham, and they got booed off the pitch. They got booed at full time. I think Fulham might have done them 2-0. I
think the problem is with this Arsenal team as well. Like when they're firing, it can be proper floodgates open sort of thing. It could be.
Is there an issue with Saka, though, Havertz, Jesus, Martinelli? Think about that firepower that's out. I know they got Trossard.
They done City 5, didn't they, the other week?
Yeri. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Odegaard. There are still goals in there.
Yeah. It's got to be an Arsenal win, isn't it? It just depends what we're going to go for here.
And their fans are buoyant after the Everton result as well. I mean, weirdly, a lot of them loved that.
Okay. Any ideas?
How many goals? I'm happy to throw a marker, but I went first in the last one.
You go
I
first
think
if you
you're-
want.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always wants the first one, doesn't he?
No, I think we do it fair. Don't.
Was you
we
gonna do
just give it a
3-0?
shout. I was going to do 3-0, but I won't. So I think
2 or
it's
4 then, isn't it?
It's 2 or 4. Exactly. How mental that I'm thinking
2
it's
and
more
4.
likely to be 4 though.
More likely to be 4.
I think so, but then you're right. You're right about the attacking threat.
I'm going to go 2-0.
Oh, bollocks.
I don't think...
He stole it. He's literally stole it.
No, because I'm thinking... I can't see Leicester scoring. They're struggling to score anyway, and Arsenal's defence is very good. So that's why I'm seeing clean sheet. But 4's a big... I mean, they could do a 4. They could do a 4. No, I'm going to go 2.
4's
Go
a lot.
2.
Unless I go 3-1 something. They don't score.
They could
They'll have to score. I mean, they'll be fucked if they haven't scored in this record.
that'll be the 4th team in history.
I reckon they could go 1-0 up. Vardy out of
3-1.
3-1.
3-1.
Locked in. Ding.
Ding.
Okay, all dinged in. Right. There's this bit of a flip on the Steve Sidwell Are You Entertained here?
Wow.
Sids, yeah.
Okay.
Crouchy Bonfire and BBQC. Hope your families are well. Crouchy, can I ask Steve Scoreswell for clarification, please? I'm just watching a soccer special on Sky Sports on Tuesday night, and Steve Scoreswell is summarising the Norwich-Preston game.
Correct.
Just before half-time, and Preston lead 1-0, but apparently it should be 15-1 if the game was scored for 10 goals every pass that was made.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
10 passes. I meant if every 10 passes made,
Yeah.
there should be a goal.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know when you do keep ball? Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming Scoreswell was trying to imply that Norwich were dominating the ball. And I'm no maths genius, but if 10 goals were scored for every pass that was made, that would mean Norwich have made 1.5 passes, while Preston have made a 10th of a pass.
Oh no, did you get the quote wrong, did you?
Okay.
You said 10 goals.
Yeah. Okay. Scarily, it feels like Mr. Scoreswell may be trying to work for the American way of how to make soccer shit and change the rules of the game obscurely, like their idea of moving the game from 2 halves to 4 quarters. Please tell him to keep his ideas to himself, as we don't need the Yanks getting any more ideas. Cheers. Tips.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
Tips. You was alert there. Yeah, you know it's one of the ones where they come to you and you're so excited, you're so engrossed in the game.
Yeah.
But Norwich were absolutely battering them with possession. And the only thing just came into your mind, and it just brought something to my mind about when we used to train and have possession, and every 10 goals.
I know exactly what you're trying to say, yeah.
Every 10 goals, the other team, every 10 passes. See, I said then, every 10 passes, they get a goal. And it just makes the other team run around, basically, and get more. And I've said it the wrong way around, and just,
I totally get that. I've just had to Google one of the words, because I don't really actually know what it means, but I've used it on telly. And someone said to me that you've said that completely wrong. So I've said, obviously, the teams, they've been far too pedantic. Obviously, I meant to say pedestrian. Well, they've been pedantic. Pedantic. Excessively concerned with minor details or rules.
And did everyone nod along?
They've been overly concerned with the rules, apparently. But I meant they were playing slowly round the back.
Yeah.
I meant to say pedestrian.
Okay, good word for you both to try over the next week or so. Nonchalant.
Oh, well, yeah.
I hear
We love
nonchalant quite a bit.
But that's the words that you only hear in football, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nonchalant, panache, pizzazz. There's loads of them out there. You only hear in football.
someone asked me to get apoplectic.
Nice.
What does that mean?
Mm.
Going
Going
crazy.
That's when you go crazy, isn't it? That's a nice word.
But it's a tough one to get out. I mean, it's not, but I think it's one of the ones where when you start saying in your mind, apoplectic, when you go to say it, you'd end up just mumbling.
Yeah, I think you could
Coley, he gets some crackers out there, Joe.
belters in. Really
He
good.
don't want it.
What
He
big
actually,
words.
Yeah.
Small man, big words.
Yeah.
but no, small man,
Some good
big
ones.
words, but also in the totally wrong context as well.
He's good.
He said one that opened of your TNT one the other week up at Forest when you was on stage. Literally, one of the first sentence he said, and Jules sort of picked it up. She was like, to say, what have you just said? But yeah, okay, anyway.
It's tricky when you're with an intelligent pundit, isn't it? I imagine, because you're having to try and outword them.
Yeah.
You know, someone comes out, it's like countdown, someone gives a 7-letter one, you've got to have an 8 one or a 9 one.
They're ready.
Have you played Countdown recently, by the way? Have you watched it?
It's tough, isn't it?
I swear tougher. Like,
really.
And when you watch it, can you only see the rude words in it as well?
I've always struggled with that. I'm not bad, like, word-wise, I would say, but I find that really hard to do.
Yeah.
Countdown.
I used to get 4-letter words, 5. Very rarely would I get a 6.
But it's annoying when every time it's like, how many have you got? 5. 5.
Bang average at Countdown.
Yeah.
You'll never guess what, lads. I've got a message from the person whose wedding the Hand of Pod went to.
No way.
Yes.
Whoa.
Dear the sexiest pundit of the Premier League, Steve Donkey Sidwell,
Whoa.
BBQC. Firstly, regards to your families.
Regards to yours.
It's Phil Knight here, the groom from the Hand of Pod video. I've been listening to this pod for years and it's an honour to be a part of it. The hand is in good hands for an adventure with Kieran.
Yes.
That's great. That's very true. The wedding was one of the most amazing and perfect day ever. Everyone had so much fun. There was definitely some funny looks when people first saw the hand, wondering what it's doing at the wedding. But a great way to pass the pod. I'm hoping now I've been on the pod for a massive Chumbawamba. I tore my ACL back in February 2024 and have my operation this April. I'll be back stronger. Keep up the quality work, lads. Up the Wolves. Phil and my beautiful wife, Emma Knight.
What a lovely message.
Lovely message, guys. Good luck. And Chumbawamba, you know, back stronger.
Yeah.
New knee.
Valentine's Day 11, if you don't mind. Since moving to Australia last year, pods really helped me keep connected with the boys from back home, chatting in the group about the week's pod antics. However, I've been unsuccessful in passing the pod and convert any Aussies yet. But the conversation immediately gets shut down when the word soccer is spoken. The boys back home and I have attempted a Valentine's 11. We've got Shagger Hislop in goal. There's Jurian Tinder. Soulmate Campbell, Martin Squirtle, Kyle Walker Home, Steve Giftswell. No.
We can't do that.
No.
Say the first name and let people guess.
Javier. Fucking hell. You can make up your own minds on that one, lad. Boys and girls.
Javier Mascherano.
It's Javier Mascherano.
Yeah. But it's not.
Do what you want with that.
Yeah.
Send in what you think it is. Sean, Mr. Wright Phillips. Diego Maradona.
Yeah.
Rafa van der Hart.
This is good. No, this is good.
Wow, this is brilliant.
Pull me dick off.
That's one of the best I've heard.
Wow. This is Valentine's night.
Yeah, but a lot of single people will be, self-love. I do wonder what single people do on Valentine's Day.
Pull my dick off.
Light a candle, put on some lingerie and treat yourself.
Oh, wow.
To a bit of Paul. Okay, on the bed. Oh, no. No.
Is the bench necessary?
No, it's an absolutely disgusting bench. My God, Ian Crush will take. That's fine. Can't have that. You can't. I mean, not even. Wow. Jamie Carrier Bags is okay. We'll take that. Okay. And Marko Mortovic, Danny Rose, and Peter crouched down on one knee to propose. The other two there, I'm not saying them, unfortunately. I mean, they're fantastic, but they're for podos only there.
Do you know what's amazing about that? If it's a group effort, you can sort of tell the one person who was firing in the 3 or 4 we can't say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I kind of read them just before I said them. Ruud van Nistelrooy, manager. It's Lee Sharp, that was, from Weymouth. He's now in Melbourne.
Oh,
well done.
That
Lee.
is world class.
I think that might be my favourite one I've ever seen.
Yeah. So good.
Well done, guys. Regards to your families. Enjoy.